Okay, so as promised, I got questions. I got a ton of questions.
And answers.
And I got some answers. And these questions are in regards to my surrogacy journey. I got a lot of questions on my Instagram and on my Facebook, mainly on my Facebook. So I'm going to just start. I ain't even gonna try to break it down into detail because it's a lot. The first question is, do you know the couple? Personally, no, I don't know them, but I know them now because I'm carrying their baby. But personally, no, I don't know them. So what's the process? Well, I did the application like in 2017 or 2018. I actually did it with another company that wasn't local, but my former spouse didn't like the whole idea, so I kind of just like did the application, filled out all the stuff, and then I kind of just left it alone. It was like, well, if I don't get to do it, then I get to do it. But usually when you fill out the application, the company should get right back to you if you qualify.
Well, that goes into the next question. What were some of the qualifications? Eligibility.
Oh, how are you picked or eligible? I don't know how I was picked, but as far as being eligible, of course you have to be not necessarily healthy, because I wouldn't say I'm like the healthiest person on this planet, because I eat junk food, I do not work out. I was just blessed with like good genes because my mom was really athletic when she was pregnant with me, so I kind of was just blessed with like good genes to be like small. So you don't really have to be like healthy, but you can't have like no immune diseases, no like nothing internally wrong. Like, you know, you can't have no infertility issues, because 9 times out of 10 the person you're trying to carry for has infertility issues or fertility issues. So you can't really
had a baby already.
Oh yeah, you have to have had good job, babe. You have to have had your own kids. I'm not sure if they want 1 or 2. A lot of companies are different. Their speculations and like requirements are a whole lot different. But you definitely have to have had a kid or some children, and some companies want you to be done like having kids. Like, they don't want you to be like, oh yeah, I plan on having like 4 more kids, because with fertility so much stuff can happen that you don't know that you might not be able to have kids after this. Like, pregnancies are so different. So as far as being eligible, it has nothing to do with body weight. Of course, your BMI and all that stuff has to play a part in it, but your BMI could be perfect, or you could be my size and your BMI could be like crappy, and they'll be like, oh, you gotta raise your BMI, and I don't even know what BMI means.
Body mass index.
Body mass index. So yeah,
That make sure.
we think that's what it means. If not, y'all drop a comment or something below, because we'll know. Every company is different. Every company is totally different, because the company that wasn't local that I was going with, their requirements were a bit more strict than the company that I'm with now. But the company that I'm with now, their requirements definitely are strict, because they don't want you to have all those failed attempts under their belt. So I'm not saying that the company that I'm with now is not strict. What's the pay?
Wow, the magic question.
I know, I get that question all the time. Like, are you getting paid? Are they paying you enough?
I think you should give them a range.
But yeah, it's definitely a range, because it can range from $25,000 to, I think the max I've seen during research is $45,000. I think 45 or 55.
60.
I guess in certain states it might be 60.
You know, you want them celebos.
But it all depends on how many times you've done it. It's like everything everything varies. They give you, like, your compensation varies on a lot of different factors within your cycle, like what you're doing, like how many babies you're carrying, who you're carrying for. Like, I know one of my IG friends, she carried for what they consider a VIP, and a VIP is like, it could be a celebrity, it could just be somebody that's maybe a millionaire, but they're discreet. Like, she couldn't disclose who she was carrying for, she couldn't disclose any of that information, but I'm pretty sure her compensation was a lot more. But that was her second journey as well, so I'm pretty sure her compensation was a whole lot more. So pay is based on experience and the type of cycle that you'll be doing and who you're carrying for. It says, how are you paid, weekly or monthly? Monthly, there's different things that you get paid for. You get paid, like, for example, you get paid when you start medication. You get paid, and medication would be the fertility medication, not like the birth control that they put you on. You don't get paid to start birth control. But you get paid when you started fertility meds. You get paid once you hear a heartbeat confirmation. You get paid every month after the heartbeat confirmation. That starts your monthly compensation for your amount that you're paid. Like however much they decide to pay you, they give that to you monthly. And I think the reason why they do that is because any event that you lose the baby, they didn't just pay you all this money that you got to give back. So they just pay it up to giving birth. And then I think I got a maternity clothing allowance. And if I decide to breastfeed, I'll get like a monthly allowance for breast milk and stuff like that.
Is the couple assisting you with all your needs, doctor's appointments, etc.?
Yes and no. Because number one, I'm grown. I don't know. Like, I guess if I was
appointment, yes. Things related to the baby.
Things related
yes.
to the baby, yeah. But I guess if I was single, it would be a whole lot different. But they know that I have a family, I have children, and I have much support. So, as far as assisting with like all my needs, y'all sound like my grandma. My grandma said the same thing. She was like, look, are they gonna put you in a penthouse suite? Like, no joke. She was like, they put you in a penthouse suite, they gonna buy your groceries. Like, that's what compensation's for, of course. And when you get paid the money, like, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But of course, you got to be wise about it. You got to be smart. But as far as doctor's appointments, when we were at the fertility clinic, both parents were alive, even because we paused because of COVID, but then we started again once COVID kind of slowed back down. And we were just like, you know what, COVID's not going anywhere. We might as well just get this ball on the road, but just take all the precautions. In the beginning, I had to go to all my appointments by myself. Nobody could come with me. Nobody can assist me or anything unless I really needed like help. But it got to the point where
and that's only because of COVID.
Because of COVID. But the intended mom, that's what we call intended mom or intended dad or intended parents. So if y'all hear me say I am or IPs, that's what we're talking about. But the mom intended, but I just like to say mom because like she's a mom. So the mom, she called like the clinic every day. She would call them like almost every day. I guess they finally understood that I was a surrogate. So they kind of gave her, not really like a pass, but kind of like a pass. So now she can go with me to all the rest of my appointments. So she went to my last appointment with me and then she'll be at the other appointments. So, and babe sits in the car.
Is this a one-time thing for you?
They don't like this question.
I'll answer that question.
You can't do that. They don't think I should do it no more.
One and done.
Because I was sick and all that stuff. And she was just like, you didn't see you when you were sick. You didn't see you.
You did this because this was something you always wanted to do. You've done it. Check. Moving on. Yes.
What if
it's a one-time thing.
What if they want to have a sibling?
They better find another surrogate.
You can't do that.
Why?
That question is to be discussed, to be determined, because we don't know. I don't know. Oh, it says, how does your girlfriend feel about you being pregnant with someone else's baby?
How do I?
You're my girlfriend, dog.
How do I feel? Now, I mean, I feel fine. I mean, I'm happy that she's doing what she wanted to do. Always wanted to do, I guess. So, you want me to tell her how I felt in the beginning?
Okay.
So in the beginning, when she first mentioned it to me, I was like, nah, I'll pass.
That lasted for like 3 days.
No, more like 3 weeks.
I don't know, it wasn't that long.
It was. I think it wasn't until after like I started reading stories about women that can't have children, and I saw like the need for it is what kind of made me change my mind, and my views on it anyways. Because at first,
so why can't I do it again?
Because you did it once. So that's really what like changed my views about it. Like I remember a friend of a friend telling us how, you know, she had spent all this money trying to have a baby, went through a divorce and all of this stuff, and I was like, wow, this is a real thing. Like people can't be moms. And that's what made me think different about it. It made me like super happy about being a part of this process with Kay and stuff. So, but yeah, at first I was like, no. But now I'm excited about it. So
I guess that goes into the next question. It said, what was her reaction when you mentioned you wanted to be a surrogate?
Yeah, that was my reaction. No. That was my initial reaction.
How did your family react or handle you wanting to be a surrogate? Well,
they really didn't know until you was like,
nobody really knew, except for like I mentioned it to my mom at one point when the process was at a pause because of COVID, and her main concern was the kids. Like, how are the kids going to react and all this stuff, to, you know, because they're getting of age to where like they see a belly and they're like, okay, what's in your belly? So my mom was more concerned about the children, and then I think I told one of my cousins, and her main concern was like, well girl, how are you, like how do you feel? And you know, because she doesn't have any children, so she was there for me when I had the twins, or not when I had the twins, but when I was like in and out of the hospital with the twins. So her main concern was like my well-being. But as far as like everybody else that I'm close to, nobody really knew until I told them.
I think that was pretty much all your family reaction that you don't see on a day-to-day basis. They were just like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And once I told, my Nana found out through the grapevine, because I'm pretty sure somebody told somebody. Y'all know how the family grapevine work, which I didn't care because I'm grown. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not killing nobody. You know, I'm not committing any type of crime or doing anything wrong. So after a while, my family eventually comes around when I make certain decisions. Once they know that my kids are straight, they be like, whatever. But when I told my grandma, that's when I felt like a sigh of relief, because like my grandma is like, that's my boo thing. Like, I gotta tell her everything. So when I was like, I gotta tell my grandma. Like, I even had to tell my grandma before I posted it on social media. And they was like, did you call Nana? Like, you have to call and tell Nana. And I was like, but Auntie Ron, you know, somebody already told her. And she was like, but you have to call her and tell her yourself. So once I called my Nana, you know, I was like, did Auntie Ron tell you that I was pregnant? And she just started laughing, and it was like such a sigh of relief, because she wasn't just like, my Nana, she know me, she don't be getting upset and stuff. But then she was like, I think the thing that really got me, she was like, I don't know if I told you, she said, well, you're doing your good deed. She said, well, you're doing, and I was just
like you taking out trash or something.
I love my Nana. As far as my family, like, no one has seen me except for like, I think a few of my cousins have seen me like with my belly. Oh yeah, my brother, but they didn't know.
I guess she wasn't real big either, but
I wasn't really big. My brothers.
Yeah, I think that's the only family that's seen her since you've been pregnant is her siblings.
My sibling, my brothers.
And her dad.
And my daddy. But nobody knew I was pregnant then. So
yeah, she wasn't showing that much, but you were actually pregnant.
Yeah. Once you get of age and you do what you want to do, you have your own family. And I don't have like any illnesses or anything like that that can make me sick. I didn't have any bad pregnancies, so I don't think they are as worried about it, because it's like I've done it before. So I don't think they really be tripping. I ain't gonna say they don't care, but they not really tripping.